What's up everyone, your average driver here. This week, Alsace Village reverse layout. Tough track, lots of undulating and off-camber surfaces to toss the car around. Not sure how good the racing will be here. Before this week, hadn't really done this layout before. Here's how I managed to navigate it. A short start-finish straight. First corner is very important. The change in wall color is the brake marker. Brake in a straight line. I keep the car pointed a little toward the middle of the track under braking. Clip the curb, hopefully you don't go too wide. Set up your angle for the left-hander. It's uphill, don't apply too much power too soon. As soon as you pass the apex, the surface briefly levels a bit, which lets you get the power down much better. Up the hill, as you approach the archway, you'll see an overhead sign in the distance. That's my cue to start moving left. Now a downhill braking zone. Start of the curb is the marker here. It's tough to get all the way over to that apex, but as you turn in, the tire marks show where you need to be. As you come to the first hairpin, you could use the start of the arrows to brake. Alternatively, I've also been using this tree that's a different color than the rest. When that leaves the screen, brake. Let the car rotate. As the dead tree and billboards come into view, that's my mark to roll on the throttle. Immediately turning right full throttle, swinging out wide to give you the best angle for the next corner. You can use the curb on the right pretty aggressively, braking when the painted lines start. You've also got the arrow boards you can reference as well. Now this is a tough corner in my opinion. It's all about balancing the car. You'll see me on both the throttle and the brake simultaneously. 100 miles per hour has been my target. Watch yourself on the exit though. The road surface on the outside of the track here practically throws you out at the barrier. Move to the left where I'm braking at this sign. After several laps, I found I had to turn in earlier than I initially thought in order to hit the apex. Begin turning pretty much as the walkway leaves the top of your screen. Try to exit in the middle of the track as you come up the hill. Move slightly right. You can do this corner at full throttle as long as you hit the apex. If you're on the outside, that's where the camber and undulations in the surface want to push you wide. Next brake mark is the Marshall post, just as it leaves the screen. 70 is a reasonable target speed here. I brake a little too much, but that lets me get on the throttle just before the apex and still manage a smooth exit. Now another sweeping corner, similar to the banked corner, braking as this Marshall post hits the edge of the screen. Once again, it's all about balancing the car with brake and throttle. However, no assistance from the embankment here. If you can manage to get down on the inside and exit in the middle of the track, you'll be set up nicely for the next hairpin. I brake at the start of the arrows, down to second gear, and as you approach the apex, you can get on the throttle pretty early. However, stay at partial throttle to help maintain speed. When I begin seeing this overhead banner, that's my cue to roll to full throttle. As you accelerate, the track bends right. I keep right and try not to go past the middle as it straightens out. Then move slightly right to prepare for the final braking zone. I'm braking just as the arrows leave the screen, braking in a straight line, pointing the car at this gap in the ad boards. You can also reference the edge of the trees above that as well. The track map makes me want to take a wider entry into this turn. However, there's some unevenness to the surface that makes me feel like it's more difficult to hit the apex that way, and because that unsettles the car, like I had to wait to get on the throttle just a touch longer. Play around with it, let me know what works for you down in the comments below. Good luck, even if the races here end up being a war of attrition. At the very least, I hope you had fun learning a new track layout. Thanks for watching.